We're starting off the day today here in Sanur at Series Coffee Roasters, which is one of my favourite places in the world for a little bite to eat and a coffee. This is what they call a tamago, siopan tamago. Basically, salt bread, bit of salt, bit of bread. It's like an egg on there, Japanese style, bit of cheese, and then like a bit of some sort of sauce. I've had it before, and I think it's life-changing. I'm gonna give it a go now. Incredible. It's one of the best little snacks I've ever had, honestly. Filled with butter, egg and cheese. Beautiful, beautiful start to the day. Beautiful looking coffee here as well. Using the local beans. Ken, the owner, roasts all this himself. He's getting beans from Aceh at the moment. There's a place up in Aceh called Takingon, and it's an area where there's a type of coffee called Aceh Gayo. You've probably heard of it before. An amazing part of the world. Aceh is actually a place you can go for like a holiday and visit, even though it's got a bit of a reputation. Pretty cool place too. And some of the best coffee in the world. Love that little place. I mean, I go on about it a lot, but it's just one of my things at the moment. You know, I go through phases, and that's my current phase for coffee in the morning. And that Aceh thing, I mean, I think we have this idea of Aceh being like this strict Muslim enclave and what have you, and that's true, but that's not what defines the place. Well, it can define it in some people's minds, but it's actually more than that. When you go and visit Aceh, it's such an interesting place. Of course, it has a lot of that Islamic history there, but it's a naturally beautiful, beautiful part of Indonesia, quite undisturbed because there was a civil war of sorts going on there for so long. It really didn't get the development that a lot of other places in Indonesia did. Then the 2005 Boxing Day tsunami hit and killed hundreds of thousands of people, and a lot of foreign investment came in to help rebuild those devastated areas. And it gave Banda Aceh, the capital, a bit of a boost, a bit of a more modern feel. But the rest of the province is actually quite underdeveloped. And the forests there are just pristine in large parts, absolutely beautiful. And then the beaches along that west coast are fantastic. And even Banda Aceh itself is just an interesting city. And then there are a couple of islands off the north coast which are good for diving, which are, I think maybe 10 years ago they were more famous than they are now. I don't know. The main one that people go to is Pulau Weh. You base yourself in Pulau Weh and then you can go across to all the different reefs around there. But I don't sort of hear too many people going there anymore, but it used to be really just a beautiful place. Very rustic accommodation back in the day as well. I would imagine now there are more built up places and more resort-like places. I don't know, but when I went there, you sort of had like wooden bungalows without air conditioning. Now it'll be a bit more advanced. Beautiful place to go if you're ever up in that area. It's easy to get to from a place like Kuala Lumpur as well, because it's just across the strait there. And when I talk about Pulau Weh, I'm reminded of an old friend of mine who's no longer with us, sadly. And she was tragically killed during her travels about 9 years ago now. It's almost 9 years to the day. It's coming up to that time. And she was a really great friend of Susan and I, an Indonesian friend who gave us some advice when we were in Pulau Weh back then. She was a diver, she was an adventurer, she was a tour leader. And yeah, it's just sad to think about what happened to her. I guess I probably should tell you the story because I think it's a cautionary tale about life here in Indonesia, but also a tale of how a lack of accountability can kill people. Her name was Vindia, and she was taking a trip with a group over to Flores back in the day. It's now 9 years ago, with another friend of hers who was also a tour leader as well. And after the sort of tour had finished, they just travelled around a little bit on their own and ended up in a place called Ende in Flores. And one morning she was found on the bathroom floor, dead, with her tour guide companion not far from her. And it was stated that she died of electrocution from a faulty water heater. And although there was never really any full investigation like you might have in another country, the general consensus was that the faulty water heater electrocuted her. She might have screamed or fallen down, and that the friend went to come and help and was also electrocuted by the same faulty water heater. Now, I say there was no investigation. I mean that in a, I don't mean that like in a very glib or flippant way. Of course, there was some investigation, but what happens in Indonesia is a little bit different to what happens in the rest of the world, or in other parts of the world. Like, for example, in Australia, if there is an accidental death like that, there would ordinarily be an autopsy. There'd be a report prepared for the coroner, because deaths under these sorts of circumstances are reportable to the coroner. The coroner would then take custody of the body and not release it until their preliminary investigations are done. And if it looks like there are some systemic issues that may need to be investigated, they will then hold a coronial inquest. And I think we're going the wrong way here. I'm just talking to him. I'll have to go down one of these alleyways if I can get down there. Don't think so. Anyway, we'll keep walking. So you'd normally have a coronial inquest in Australia in those sorts of circumstances. I mean, you know, if there was a murder, there would be a coronial inquest, or if there's a suspicious death, or a death of a young person in unusual circumstances or unexplained circumstances, or if it feels like there may be some issues to learn from someone's death that we might be able to take forward to prevent other deaths. For example, you might find that, I don't know, say someone died by slipping on the footpath here. You know, you'd hold a coronial inquest, and the findings would say something like that, you know, that all the paving should be redone with grip on it or something like that. Well, in this case, Vindhya's body was taken back home and buried quite quickly without any of those processes happening. I believe from friends that told me that there was no pursuit of justice in this case. The family was just devastated and just wanted to get her body home and buried. And because the family sort of didn't pursue justice, the police didn't do anything about it. And there was no charges laid, and there was no investigation as to why this happened, whether faulty water heaters are a thing, whether the brand has you know, systemic issues in the construction, whether it was a handyman that put in the wires the wrong way, or whether it wasn't earthed properly and it touched the metal or whatever. We don't know. And because of that, more people will have died, definitely. That same issue would have occurred again later. And the lack of investigation and lack of accountability costs lives. We don't really sort of get that too much in Australia. There's a little bit of it, but you know, here in Indonesia, a lot of deaths and unusual deaths, unexpected deaths, go unaccounted. They're a little bit invisible. And that means, there we go, a bit of rubbish down here. We're just dumping rubbish at the moment around the place. There we go. This is a good sign. Kepada masyarakat Kota Denpasar, for the community of Denpasar, don't throw rubbish in the river or empty land. It's basically saying don't just throw rubbish everywhere. And then there's that. There is a little CCTV up here, which is really cool. So that's CCTV. I don't know if it's active or not, but that's a good thing. Yeah, it looks active. So that should be catching those people there. Hello. And then, yeah, so people are still dumping rubbish even though they've got a camera there, which is a bit odd. Maybe the people dumping it don't know there's a camera. I wonder if there's any follow-up on that. But this is the whole thing about accountability. Accountability is really important when things go wrong. It doesn't mean there's always someone to blame. Like, there are accidents as well, but when there's something clearly gone wrong, like getting electrocuted from a water heater, there needs to be some justice, there needs to be investigation. And you know what? We don't even know if that really was the cause of death because there was no autopsy performed. So you don't even really know. It's just a guess. Okay, enough of the downbeat. Let's get back into a more upbeat sort of theme today. Going for a bit of a walk. It looks like the weather's going to turn a little bit there. Might get some rain today, I'm not sure. I've been banging on about weather recently on the channel and how I don't tell people what the temperature is because I don't know. All right, let's get up here. This is going to be interesting. So I don't know what the temperature is, and then people say, well, just look at your phone. It'll tell you on your phone. And I suppose the thing is, I haven't really probably explained it too much, is that on your phone here in Indonesia, they're not pulling that data from a weather centre or something like a weather station. Those weather statistics are estimated. Yeah, so there's not like if you go into Sanur, there's a weather station and it pulls it and downloads it onto the internet. It's not like that. Hang on, another project going on here. That's a big one too. So the problem is, you can't really rely on it. Like, it'll often predict rain on a day and it just won't happen. And then another day it'll say it's going to be sunny today, and then you'll get a shower. So it's not really that accurate. The other thing is about Bali is that because it can easily rain right here in Sanur and not in Kuta, like easily, it happens all the time, and vice versa. And even sometimes on this side of the bypass, or sorry, the west side of the bypass, it might rain, and on the east side it doesn't, because it's very localised, the weather. You sort of have these microclimates that make it difficult to predict unless you have like an actual weather station with all the historical data in one spot, which is not. So that's the story. That's why, you know, when I talk about weather, I'm talking about how I feel today with the weather. For example, today, not much of a breeze. There's a slight, I can sort of feel a slight breeze, but I'm not seeing the trees move too much. So it's a really, really light breeze. But because the sun's not out, it's a little bit, feels cooler, but it's still hot. Like, it's always hot. Like in the dry season, it's always going to be around 30 to 31 degrees most days. Just nicked down here, Gang Kodok. I've actually gone too far. I actually wanted to go up Jalan Pungutan, but I'm just sort of walking the wrong way here. That's a cool little bell, isn't it? A little frog on there. And obviously the reason I've got a frog on there is this is called Gang Kodok, and Kodok is frog in Indonesian. Ooh, renovasi. Yeah. Lagi renovasi ya? Ah, okay. Lots of renovations down here. Another one down here, we're getting renovated. Oh, yeah, we're going to make a pool in there as well. Hello! Bikin kolam ya? Oh, ada lahan kosong di belakang juga? Oh, wow. Mahal ya tanah ini. Oh, ada orang di bawah juga. Lagi ngecat. Waterproof.
Smoking.
No smoking. Dilarang rokok. Oh, apa? Oh, ceiling. Oh, sika top. Supaya nggak apa? Oh, biasanya kalau nggak pakai itu apa yang bocor ke dalam tanah. Oh. Yeah, mari. So sometimes you try and have a serious conversation, and then, like with Indonesians, they'll chuck in some jokes, and you go, "Oh, hang on, this guy's joking," and you're going to be sharp because, yeah, you sometimes say, "Hang on, what are you saying?" And then it becomes awkward, like you think they're being serious, but they're actually joking, and then they're having to explain their joke, and then they go, "Oh, well, my joke's not very funny." All right, we're going down Gang Kodok here. I think I go this way. I think. I'm always amazed to see behind houses here in Sanur, there's usually or often huge empty blocks. Even the guy across the road from where I live, he has quite a nice house, Indonesian guy. Quite a nice house, but it's not massive. But you go down to the back of his house, and it's like a jungle, literally like a forest down there, unkempt, and there's weeds and there's huge trees out there. I asked him, like, what are you going to do with that land? He goes, oh, you want to buy it? I said, I can't. Your house is in front of it. I can't. There's no access. He goes, oh, we'll be able to work something out. You know, like, there's just spare land around the place. And people aren't really doing anything with it a lot of the time, just sort of holding on to it for a rainy day. It's one of those sort of things that's passed down. It's called warisan, your inheritance from the family. And people are often quite reluctant to get rid of that. Like even look at a little block of land there, nice little block. People are reluctant to get rid of that because it's your security blanket. If everything else fails, you've still got that asset, which we know in a place like Bali is always going to go up. Wonder how the capital gains tax rules work here in Indonesia. Wonder if it's controversial. Wonder if you can negative gear. When it comes to buying a house here in Indonesia, for young people it is quite difficult as well. No matter where you live, it's difficult to buy a house because getting the money together and getting a loan is quite difficult. Now, an average wage earner can buy a house here, but you're not going to buy it near where you live. For example, if you're working in Sanur in a hotel and you're earning, I don't know, let's just say 7 million a month, and there's two of you, so you've got two wage earners, and let's say your combined earnings is 15 million, and let's just ignore for a moment a lot of your outgoings related to ceremonies and that sort of stuff, which is sort of not a... So I just spun around the corner and I come up with these two characters. This is Berg and this is Chris. Now Berg...
Was Bergs in Bali.
Was Bergs in Bali. He's a famous one. I want to get a selfie with him. And we're just sort of chatting about how YouTube can become a little bit all-consuming, can't it?
Very consuming, yes.
Yeah. So he was just giving a bit of advice. Just keep in mind that you don't overdo it. I think it's pretty good advice.
Absolutely, yeah, otherwise you burn out.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you, mate.
Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. That's nice, isn't it, to meet one of the Sanur originals, the original YouTubers, the Bergs. You know, they sort of finished up, it's starting to rain. They finished up more or less about a year ago, I think. So I overlapped with them a little bit when I started, and they sort of said that they wanted to enjoy their life in Bali here a little bit more because you're retired, you don't want to spend all your time doing videos. And this is one of the things that Berg was talking about, is that the algorithm of YouTube pushes you to do more and more and more, because the statistics that come out sort of give you a feel of what people want, and you're almost, well, I mean, it doesn't push you, but you feel obliged to do certain things because of what's going on in the channel. It's an odd feeling, especially if you've had a little bit of success. Like if some of your videos really resonate with people, you go, gee, there's a bit of a desire there for this sort of content. So you put out another one, people like that, and you sort of get the ball rolling, and then you're almost like on a hamster wheel, which is what I was talking about in a video not long ago about don't get on the hamster wheel, get off the hamster wheel. And I think that's a little bit like YouTube as well. So at the moment, I enjoy YouTube, but if it ever feels like a hamster wheel, I'm off it immediately. But I'm enjoying it at the moment. I was just talking to Berg as well about time commitments as well, is that I'm doing 4 videos a week at the moment, and everyone can see that that's a lot of videos, because on YouTube to do 4 a week is quite difficult. And at the moment, I'm okay with that. Like, I'm totally fine with it. But I've also spoken about how I'm trying to get Susan involved a little bit more in the channel, so we can balance the workload a little bit, so I don't have to put so much effort in. It's a little bit easier, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm enjoying YouTube at the moment anyway, and I'm enjoying sort of the interaction with the viewers and that sort of thing. And we'll see where we go with it. I'm not sort of too worried at this point in time. Really glad to meet Berg there. It's funny, because I was just thinking about when I was just running over what just happened in my mind. In my mind, I'm thinking the 2 words, senang ketemu, or senang ketemu. Senang means, pleased to or happy to, and then ketemu is to meet you. It's a little bit informal to say ketemu like that, but it's normal. It's what people say, senang ketemu. You can say senang. Senang is sort of very informal as well, but senang, if you say senang ketemu, that works. This is called Joglo Coffee and Pastry. Let's go and have a look at this place. I've been meaning to come to this place for a very long time. It's in a Joglo, which is a Javanese style house. You can see all the old paintwork and all that sort of stuff. I don't know if that's fake old paintwork or whatever, but it's just a beautiful styling. And just come here for a bit of a hot cappuccino. Yeah, getting back to senang ketemu. You'll often say that to someone after you've just sort of met them, or I'm glad to meet you, really happy to meet you. Senang ketemu, yeah, you can say that. The proper formal way to say it would be something like senang bertemu dengan Anda. Yeah, that's the formal way. So when you learn it from a language school or from a book, it probably will say senang bertemu dengan Anda. Interesting thing about the word ketemu is that you can even say sampai ketemu lagi, until we meet again, or sampai jumpa lagi, which is the same, until we meet again. So sampai ketemu lagi, sampai jumpa lagi, sampai jumpa. Look at that one, isn't that a beautiful one? I reckon that could taste pretty good too. Very nice looking milk. Give it a go. Yeah, that's a nice coffee. That is a really nice coffee. Another one of those to add to the list, which I just put out yesterday. So add this one to the list as well. It's really good. I like the location too. Even better about this place is that when you find out the price is $25,000 all inclusive for a great coffee like that, you can barely do better, I reckon. Like, I'm shocked. I didn't really check the prices before I went and had that coffee, but now that I see it and I've just paid it, well, that puts it all into perspective. That is a really, really cheap coffee. Incredible. Okay, time to walk back up Jalan Pungutan. I'm gonna get if he's open, if Cultured is open, I'm gonna get one of those focaccias that he does up there. Risky does these really great fermented focaccias. Well, fermented, is that the right word? I think it is. They're very good. One of the things I love about Bali is when you're in these back streets and like a local pulls out in front of another motorcyclist who's also from the village, from the local area. Like, there's no aggression. Like, it's just like laughing and smiling at each other, and one guy's nearly bowled over the other guy and they nearly had a crash. There's no drama. It's all pretty calm and cool. That's what I really love. I mean, that friendliness about the people and about the community is really just something a little bit different, you know? It's been a while since I've really explained what members are on my channel. I haven't really pushed it that much because it feels a little bit, hello? No thanks. I thought he was being nice, he just wanted me to pay him for a ride. That's weird. Yeah, just talking about members for a little bit. So what the membership thing is basically just a way to support the channel and support me go and make videos. That's all it is. It's not some grand scheme where you're in some sort of secret club or anything like that. I occasionally do put out little videos and things for members only, but it's not really sort of you pay me and you get something like that in return. It's not really that sort of thing. It's just a way to support the channel. And why do I have this system set up? Well, because there's a bit of money that goes into the channel as well, whether it be equipment or whether I've got to travel to places. Like next week I'm traveling to Lombok, that sort of stuff. Now, I would do this out of my own money anyway, and I do, but it really helps if there's a bit of support there so I can go and do these things. Now, there's no obligation for anyone to sign up, of course. I mean, I don't mind. There's a lot of very loyal subscribers that will never pay, and that's okay because the vast majority of my videos will always be free. But yeah, so that's just an explanation of what this sort of membership thing is. If you really love my videos, there is an option to donate on a monthly basis. I think it's $5.99 in Australia and different prices around the world. And with that, I would really love to thank the people who have already subscribed. You're on the screen now. These are the most recent ones. Really appreciate your support because that really helps. Just saw that as a little offering out the front of the house. It's beautiful, isn't it? The little flower. And they've got another one up here in their little temple thing there. Nice. There's a thing about Balinese people and their flowers and their artistry and their artistic abilities. It permeates a lot of their life. I really love that thing about Bali. I don't think we see it as much as we used to, but you still do. If you go a few streets back, you still get the artistry happening. Hello. Hello. Oh, semangat. I knew they wanted to be on camera because one of the girls pointed at her friend and did something, and then yeah. Every day is a joy being here in Bali when you're meeting such lovely people. Well, that's actually one of the things I haven't really explained on my channel a lot is about living here and your mood. I think your mood can be improved greatly just by being here. I'm gonna go across here. This is Cultured. Halo, apa kabar?
Baik, apa kabar?
Baik, baik. Hello, how you going?
I follow you all.
Do you really? What's your name? There we go.
I just went to get my shave.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting one today. I'm looking like a wild man at the moment.
From the barber.
Yeah,
Around the corner.
yeah, I'm going to go there. What's your name?
Mark.
Nice to meet you, Mark. Are you here on holiday?
Oh, actually, getting the teeth done.
Are ya?
Yeah.
Oh, whereabouts?
I've had the first lot done.
Whereabouts are you doing that?
ARC.
Oh, nice. Yeah, they're a big one, aren't they?
They are.
Are you doing that because the quality's as good as or better than Australia and the price is lower? Is that the story?
Correct. Yeah, well, it's as good. Yeah, but the price, yeah, you can't. So,
How much do you reckon you save in terms of percentage terms?
Well, it's costing me 10,000 Australian. I was under because of the dollar. It's been so good.
That's it. At the moment, everything's like about 20, 20%, 25% cheaper now.
Yeah, I was surprised actually, because I was expecting around the 10,000 Australian mark. So because of the dollar coming up,
So you're saving like 50% or something?
It's got about $9,000 or something.
Yeah. And in Australia, how much would it cost you, do you reckon?
About 35, 40. For
Really?
The same work, yeah.
That's like a new Hilux. No, maybe not quite a
Maybe
Hilux.
not quite a Hilux.
A Holden
they're
Barina.
around $70,000, $80,000.
Yeah, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, that's how long I haven't been living there for.
It's huge.
That's life-changing money though, isn't it, when it's that much money?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I wonder if there aren't more people sort of considering doing that, especially with the current sort of situation in Australia and inflation and all that sort of stuff. It's probably worth getting any dental work of that nature here.
Yeah. Well, previously I had one crown done here.
Oh, did ya?
Before that, and the work's been perfect, and it's still perfect. So.
Wow, because crowns, root canals, all that sort of stuff, thousands of dollars in Australia, aren't they?
Oh, of course,
Yeah.
Just for the root canal, a couple of $1,000 minimum sort of thing. Then
Wow.
you want a crown on top of that.
Yeah, and then you can have a bit of a holiday here as you recover as well, can't you?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And what are you doing in this place?
I do my circuit and walk every day.
Do ya?
I go to the gym in the morning.
Yeah.
Paradise, yeah.
Oh, you're one of those Paradise guys. There's another guy from the Paradise. Because I was slagging it off for like months there. And you're saying it's good. Oh, Paradise, you love it there. Do you go and get like the daily visit or do you buy?
I buy, well, this time because I'm here for a couple of weeks, I was cheaper to buy the monthly.
Yeah, okay, makes sense.
Monthly one, yeah. It was just cheaper financially that way. And yeah, I go every morning to the CrossFit class.
Yeah. And then here for kombucha or something like that? Or what do you get here?
Oh, I'm just getting a coffee. I haven't had my coffee this morning.
Yeah, no worries.
Because you mentioned the focaccia. I haven't had any while I've been here.
Yeah, well, I'm going to have one now because I can see it calling my name, that pork, ham and cheese one.
I haven't got the herb and tomato.
Yeah. All right, mate, that's very good. Very good to see you, mate. Thanks for saying hello.
No problem. Thank you.
No worries. So I've just been chatting with Mark and scoffing down my focaccia. I forgot to film it, but basically all I had was one of these ones here. It's like a ham and cheese focaccia, and they are my favourite one, but they've got lots of different ones there, like onion and basil is a really nice one there as well. And then you've got a sweeter one down here, and then the herb and tomato one, which is what Mark's just scoffed down himself as we've been chatting here. Risky does a really good coffee as well. Love this place. The other thing is here, these are all your kombuchas and all this sort of stuff. I don't even know how to say kombucha. I think it's kombucha that are being made, with all the different types and flavours that Risky's got going. He's an obsessed fermentation guy. He does all the experiments. Is that right?
Yeah. Absolutely right.
The obsessed fermentation guy. So he'll probably even know, ginger brew, what's that?
I ferment the ginger with some spices, some local spices like cinnamon.
Can I have one?
Sure.
I'll get one of those as well. So, sorry, I just cut you off. Can you explain exactly what it is? You fermented ginger with?
Cinnamon, clove, and star anise.
Yes.
And I ferment it about 2 days.
Yeah.
So basically it's like ginger beer, but without any alcohol in it.
Nice. I love ginger, so I'm gonna love this, I reckon. All right, here we go. We've got my ginger, what do they call it? Ginger brew. It's not beer because it's non-alcoholic. Oh, that's good. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me very much of like a Bundaberg ginger beer style thing where it's non-alcoholic beer. And you can definitely taste that fermentation in there. It's really nice. Mark just corrected me there. I was saying it's like Bundaberg, but actually that's a bit of a simplification because it's not that sweet. Risky was saying that what's happened is the bacteria, when it ferments, actually eats the sugar so that it's not as sweet anymore. So you've got this fermented taste the ginger taste, a little bit of sweetness, but just really refreshing. I'm really impressed by it. I even think that's a nice replacement for coffee, as funny as that sounds. That's a really nice replacement for coffee if you're coming in here and it's a bit hot. Love that place, absolutely love it. And I've loved sort of walking around here in Bali once again, remembering my friend Vindya, who sadly passed away 9 years ago, but also really appreciating this country of Indonesia, which has so much colour and vibrancy in it. And we sometimes can focus too much on the negatives, but we've also got to look at the positive of this. But we've also got to look at the positives of this place, because I absolutely love so much about it. Hang on, what we've got? I'm about to finish up, and I'm being screamed at on the road here. I think I've seen this mob before. I've seen this mob before. Here we go. I've forgotten your names though. Sorry. Serene and Kwan. There you go.
Yeah.
If you don't remember who these guys were from a previous video, they were stalking me down at Pantai Mertasari. Oh, maybe about a month ago. Are you living here now? What's going on?
No, we went away for like 2 weeks to Singapore, and then we came back.
Well, it's pretty much living here, isn't it?
Another month of research and planning.
Yeah. I was just saying to Kwan and Serene that I'm going to remember their names for next time, but I probably won't. And it's one of the reasons is that for me on this channel, I have images of people who comment, and then when I meet them in the flesh, it's a totally different area of my brain, and that area of the brain doesn't meet the flesh. So I have this real problem trying to connect people. So anyway, thanks guys for saying hello.
You just look so much better in person.
Yeah. That's it. Thanks guys.
That's what you meant to say.
See you around.
Cheers, man.
Bye. Nice to meet people like that. As I walk around, as I was just about to close the video actually, today's ended up being a really nice day and a really positive way to celebrate my friend Vindya. Thanks for coming along for the ride today, and thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all things Sanur and the rest of Indonesia. I'll catch you next time, and sampai jumpa.